Good morning, welcome back to Casa.texpina. It's Friday. We're almost to the end of the week, one more day. So today we've got our regular labor crew here. Our electrician is flying solo today, and everybody else is in their normal spot. So let's go ahead and walk around and I will show you where everybody's at. So let's get started. Up here on the front side of the house, our painters are sanding down the fence grills. Mr. Wilson is getting started with the Skimcoat over here on the exterior wall cladding, covering all of the nail holes and making sure to seal the bottoms so that when they come through with the paint, it's all got a nice smooth finish on the top. Let's go see what everybody's doing inside the house. First up, the kitchen. We have Mr. Alex, and Mr. Allen is here somewhere. I saw him a minute ago. And they are continuing with the kitchen cabinets. They are all going to have the crown molding at the top, or cornice as they call it here. That's what Mr. Allen is working on. And then out here in the garage area, Mr. Willie, the new papa, is continuing to work the plaster coating that he started yesterday all around the main panel area. Mr. Ramirez and Mr. Edmund are helping out. Over here in the back next to the septic tank, this was all dug out yesterday, and Mr. Carlito is doing the plaster coating on the outside edge. Again, this is just to help try to minimize the points of entry for the water from the outside going in. We will check it. We'll drain the insides today, and then the next time it does a big heavy rain like it did last night, we'll be able to check the tops, check the inside, and see if it's holding water, if it's watertight, or if we need to add waterproofing on the inside. I'm suspecting we'll probably need to add waterproofing on the inside, but I want to wait and see first. Okay, let's go ahead and run back inside. We've got a couple guys over in the Jack and Jill. The Jack and Jill bath got finished yesterday. However, they have the lavatories to do today. So Mr. Jojo is working the lavatory section here. This is the lavatory for bedroom number 3, which I'm standing in. And on the other side, bedroom number 2, Mr. Gabby is assisting the foreman as they are continuing to work their bathroom wall tiles. All right, and coming up the top of the staircase into the media room, our lone solo electrician, Mr. Cho, is got the whole room all to himself today. So he's running the conduits and the flex piping for the flex conduit for the wiring all throughout the media room area. Back here on the septic tank, we've got all 4 sides completed now with the additional plaster coating on the outside. They have not filled this back in yet. What they're working on now is actually emptying out the water from the inside of each chamber. So each chamber only had about 2 to 3 inches of water in the bottom. It never gained any more, even with the sides wide open. So we're thinking maybe it was just from the manholes. So we're gonna empty it out, wait a couple days, good rain, and see how it goes from there. We should be starting to work also on the construction of these manholes covers, so that may happen today or tomorrow. We'll see. Keep an eye on it. All right, the Tinsmiths are back in place. This morning they're continuing with the lower piece of the roofing material, continuing around. They have a small section left to complete, along with the fascia flashing that is right here. That'll be the last of that. And then they are also going back and working on the gutter flashing that we showed you yesterday. So they brought some more pieces in. It is just kind of plain, but what it is going to look like is it should blend slightly, as if it's a continuation of the ridge caps. So our head, the foreman for the Tinsmiths, Papa Joel, is hand forming the end caps for the ridge caps that you have coming down each of the apexes. When it gets down to the corner, he trimmed off the excess, and he is hand cutting each corner piece that's going to be the end cap on the end of it, so you don't see the big open that you have there on the bottom. So, all right, we're in the master bath. The foreman is getting started with the tiles, the wall tiling. So we're gonna watch this one develop over the next couple days. And they are pre-soaking them so that before they put them on the wall, they pre-soak them for a little bit. Make sure when they're making the manhole covers for your septic tank that they put a handle in it so that you can remove it. It should not be a permanent closed tank. You need to be able to open it up for maintenance, for checking, and also for them to be able to easier access when the honeysucker comes to take care of business. The little small 4-inch pipe that's on the other side is not big enough for a honeysucker's hose, so this is much better. Have that 2x2 open to where they can remove it. All right, we're in the kitchen. They're continuing with the cabinetry build. We're already placing some of the interior shelving so they can see how that's gonna set in there. And it's starting to work his way around. Let's go see what they're doing in the back. So in the Jack and Jill bath is lavatory number 3. The starting to work on the tiles, continuing to work on the tiles. He's chipping out some of the excess concrete down on the bottom corner so that they can get that bottom row all the way across. Okay, we'll come back and check on him in a minute. All right, they got the end cap made for the ridge cap. We're on the corners. So the Mr. Joel, the foreman for the Tinsmiths, did that all by hand with a tin snip. Each one's going to be custom made just like that. All right, good job. Mr. Wilson over here on the south side found him a little piece of shade to be able to do the Skimcoat. So he's going to be in a good place the rest of the afternoon. Nice breeze, good shade, nice and cool. Tell me this ain't a smart dude. In the shade with a little breeze. the manhole redone. So we've got plastic here to separate the concrete from the manhole from the concrete from the septic tank. That way when it gets done curing in about 2 days, we're going to go ahead and lift this up and be able to pull the whole thing out, and it won't be connected to the cement that's here. They got 2 small air holes. As you know, most septic tanks have methane, so you want to be able to let that off gas. You want to have it to where, in addition to it being watertight, that it's also airtight. That's the makings of a nice kaboom, and we don't like no kabooms. So we got 2 tiny air holes here, just to let that be able to vent ever so slightly. Okay, so we'll check back on this in a couple days and be able to pull this out. Mr. Carlito is down on the other end. They emptied out the 3rd chamber, and nice weight test. Checking to see if it's going to hold the concrete. So they're getting ready to do the next one on the far end, and then tomorrow we'll wrap up with the one here in the center. Okay, so as you guys may have noticed on the drone shot, we are completed with the lower roofing that Mr. Junior is working on here. Mr. Jonell and his dad on the other side are putting on the ridge cap that'll come down to the end. Whoop, I got that backwards. Look at that. This is Mr. Joel, and this is Junior and Jonell. They're on the center. So Mr. Joel is putting on the flashing for the gutter, so the gutter flashing, and he is cutting it to fit the ridges that are in the material there. Over here on the end, Mr. Joel has handcrafted the end caps for the end of the ridge caps, so they look really nice. Very good tight fit. Y'all probably saw that up close on the drone footage. I wanted to make sure to catch that because I think that is a really good look, how it all comes together at the end. All right, let's do a little quick end of day wrap up. The foreman and Mr. Gabby have been working here in the master bath. They got started here on this side, and they will continue this the rest of the way around. What we are doing is chamfering with a 45-degree angle this corner here, instead of putting on the metal trim, because with it being a wet area in the shower, I did not want the metal trim in the corner. Metal and water don't do too well together, so we asked them to go ahead and chamfer cut this. So they've cut these on 45-degree angles going down the corners here, especially here in the shower area. Looking good so far. We'll continue to watch this as it progresses. Out here in the kitchen area, Mr. Alex and Mr. Allen are continuing to work on the shelving. This is moving along very nicely. Also with the test strips for the cornice, as they call it. I'm still used to calling it crown molding. So yeah, that's looking really nice. Coming back down into the hallway, in the bedroom number 3 and the lavatory number 3. Mr. JoJo's moving right along. All right. I'm gonna pick up on this again tomorrow. All right, looks like the cable people are here, the internet people. We're checking to see if we have fiber available in our area yet, and seeing about what kind of service we're going to be able to drop into the house. Hopefully fiber. I know it's coming to our area. I think it's out on the main street, but might not be in our neighborhood just yet. We may be one of the first ones to get it if we can swing it. If not, it'll be cable first and then fiber when it comes available. So the quick short answer is fiber is not yet available in the neighborhood. However, it will be coming soon. So in the interim, they can look at pulling cable into the household through the conduit and over to the server location. And then once fiber comes in, they'll be able to backtrack it and redo it from there. So we look forward to doing that. I know we've still got at least another 2 to 2.5 months for the house to get finished construction, but the sooner we can get that connection made, I think it'll be better. And then our CCTV guys can finish doing their connections for our wireless and wired internet connections throughout the house. All right, it's Yabba Dabba Do time. Most of the labor crew guys are all headed home. Our roofing team is still here. They're continuing to work some of that gutter flashing all the rest of the way around, since they have finished the lower roof material installation. Along the way, they are also hand fabricating each cap that goes on the end of the ridge cap. So where the ridge cap comes down to the corner, they're actually hand fabricating that for each one to make sure that it rounds nicely, has a good even finish on it, good clean finish. I'm actually very impressed. That's why I showed it to you guys on the drone for such a long time. I wanted to make sure you saw that nice work that was being done. So we will see you guys back here again tomorrow for more fun and excitement. If y'all liked today's video, please give us a big thumbs up. If you'd like to see more of these videos, hit the casa.texpina star right over here and you'll be subscribed. Hit the bell icon just below the view screen and you'll be notified of our next video upload for your viewing pleasure. So until we see you again tomorrow, have a great afternoon and God bless. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine all the time, let it shine.